Guys, what's up? Just Marc, international dating coach, relationship expert, and in this video, I want to talk to you about the golden ratio of parties. Now, what we're going to talk to you about today is how to throw effective parties with the optimal ratio and the optimal setup to ensure that you get the best possible results. So sit back, hang tight, and let's jump straight into it.
I'm a flight risk. I don't think they're ready for the shit. Take a flight to Cali for the bid. They don't ever wanna see me win. That's a lot of conversation. See me going up, I'm off the grid. Wanna make a couple millions for my kids. Always walking to the money, never slip. Only telling all the truth, I never fib. All the same, all the same, all the same. Spend some money, do some shit for the fame. I'm from Canada and not the States. Said I'm working way too hard, I need a break. Bitch, I'm like a boat, I'm like the weight. Need to slow down, that's just what they say, shit. I'm on a road now, Santa's making lists, bitch. These what they want, T, but they don't ever say shit. Back to the basics, you gotta keep your patience. Risk, I don't think they're ready for the shit. Take a flight to Cali for the bid. They don't ever wanna see me win. That's a lot of conversation. See me going up, I'm off the grid. Wanna make a couple millions for my kids. Always walking to the money, never slip. Only telling all the truth, I never fib. Be careful what you say, cause you on a fine line. Yeah, we going quick, moving like a timeline. Yeah, I got a lot of enemies that try to take control of me. So I put it in the past so they won't notice me. Like, I need to slow down, that's just what they say, shit. I'm on a road now, Santa's making lists, bitch. These what they want, T, but they don't ever say shit. Back to the basics, you gotta keep your patience. Risk, I don't think they're ready for the shit. Wanna make a couple millions for my kids. Always walking to the money, never slip. Only telling all the truth, I never fib.
The star guest of this show. Are you enjoying this night?
No.
Why not?
My butthole hurts.
Do you want me to itch it for you?
Yeah, can you?
Yeah.
With your mouth?
This is his party, guys. So if you want to get an invite next time, you better DM him, okay?
Guys, slide in my DMs and send me a dick pic.
Yeah. Send him roots and you get a free invite, okay?
All right, bro. So you gotta realize something. When you're throwing parties, they suck. It's so funny. I love when I post Instagram stories or Snapchat stories, being like, hey guys, what up? Having a party? Come to my yacht party. Come to my penthouse party. Whatever it is. A lot of guys are like, hey, can I come? And also, can I bring a dude? No. No, you can't. Now, here's how you do get invited to my parties. Show up with like 12 to 24 hot girls and bring alcohol. Show up with a bunch of super hot fucking girls. Seriously. Okay? That's how you get invited to the parties, right? In your life, you're gonna realize that you're fucking up so many opportunities just by being a single fucking guy. Because penis is the most common commodity in existence and is the least valued. You know what I'm saying? Having a penis is like having no value at all when you show up to a social environment, unless you have some sort of other thing that conveys status and authority. So oftentimes what a lot of guys are doing is they're not adding any value to the environment. They're only taking value from the environment just by showing up, right? But if you show up with liquor and hot girls to any social environment, maybe it's a family dinner, family gathering, you bring a cute date, right? Maybe it is a, crazy party and you show up with, a dozen hot girls and a bottle of liquor, right? Maybe you're just showing up to some sort of work meeting and you show up with like two gorgeous blondes side by side, on each arm. And then you showed up with, a fancy bottle of whiskey, right? Well, what you're doing is you're separating yourself from all the other fucking dudes. One of my buddies recently, he went to a boys barbecue and he showed up with one random hot girl and it automatically made him stand out from every other guy there. And you got to realize that just by showing up with hot girls, you automatically differentiate yourself from all the other guys. you differentiate yourself from any other guy in that environment. Because what you're actually doing now is you're conveying that you are different, right? You create something called pre-selection. Pre-selection simply is the law of being pre-selected by other women. And when you show up with hot girls to a party, to a social venue, to whatever it is, you're automatically demonstrating that you're higher value than the other guys who showed up without any girls. So here's what you can do when you throw parties. You got to realize that if you want to have a really good party, you ideally want to have a 5-to-1 ratio of girls to guys. I've thrown parties oftentimes with a 10-to-1 ratio of girls to guys. Yes, you heard that right. I will throw parties with 10 girls for every one guy. Oftentimes what happens is like women will complain. They will kind of get mad that there's no guys. There's not enough dudes, right? And you don't want to have a 50-50 ratio of girls to guys, because if there's one guy for every girl, all the guys are just going to end up getting competitive. And throughout the night, eventually what's going to happen is, girls are going to go home. Guys are going to stick it out trying to meet girls and be social and, hook up. And it's eventually going to turn into a party where you have more guys than girls. So what you ideally want to do is you want to aim for 5 girls for every one guy. Now, oftentimes I find for getting girls to even show up to your parties, you might have to message 20 different women or invite 20 different girls just to get one group of girls to show up. And so what you want to do is you want to pretty much invite as many attractive women you can to your parties, right? And again, if you invite 20 girls, you can expect 1 or 2 to show up with a couple of girlfriends. And so you just want to cast a wide net when throwing these parties. And you want to aim to have 5 girls for every one guy. And you want to make sure that the guys at your parties aren't thirsty, aren't aggressively hitting on all the girls. And if they do, you don't invite them back to any of the parties. So what you ideally want to do is always ensure you've got more girls than guys. Make sure none of the guys are aggressively hitting on the girls. Because imagine this, right? You're having a cool party and one of the guys, just one of the fucking guys, is aggressively hitting on every single fucking girl. And he's annoying them. He's kind of pestering them, kind of being a little bit annoying, right? Well, what's going to happen is the girls instinctively are just going to feel, oh, this is a low value environment, because low value guys don't act like that. And there's something called association bias. She's going to associate that guy to be with you because he's at your fucking party, right? So even if you're at an epic venue, you're at an amazing place, you're in the penthouse, you're on a fucking boat party, whatever, right? Just because you're hanging out with one low fucking value loser who's aggressively hanging on all the girls are going to associate that guy with you, and then they're going to associate your group to be low value men. They're going to associate you guys just be low value fucking dudes, right? And they're going to be annoyed, and they're not going to want to come out to the next parties or the next events that you do or that you have, right? And so you got to make sure that none of the dudes in your circle are aggressively hitting on any girls ever. And there should be a general rule of thumb where if you bring girls, they're your girls. No one hit on them. And that should kind of be a rule with all the guys who are at your events and at your parties. So if I bring girls to a party and one of my male friends is hitting on them, they either get talking to or they get kicked out of the fucking party or they never get invited back. Even if they're friends of mine, I'll be like, cut your fucking shit or you're never getting invited back to these fucking parties. Because if I'm throwing a party with a bunch of girls and I spent, an afternoon spending time out of my day to invite all of these gorgeous girls who are high value girls, models, actresses, influencer type girls, inviting them to my parties, right? I don't want some low value fucking loser at my party hitting on all the girls. And in the same way, when girls try to bring guys to my parties, I tell them no. Literally, not unless the guy gives me $10,000, and then even then, he can fuck off. I don't want random guys at my parties because I don't want him fucking up the vibe. It's not even worth thousands of dollars to me. It's literally not, right? And so it's funny because one time, one of the girls that we were inviting to a party asked, "Can I bring my cousin?" And my buddy Lucas was like, "Not legal." He literally replied, "Not even if you gave me $10,000," because the amount of effort that goes into throwing these events, we could literally be spending that time to make tens of thousands of dollars, right? In our businesses and our, career endeavors, right? But instead we're trying to throw parties, entertain people, and have great times and great memories and, have some fun, magical adventures, if you know what I'm saying, right? And so it's really interesting how that works, where men showing up to these parties equals no value. It actually takes away value because oftentimes these guys are going to try to hit on your girls, take the girls, right? And just, it lowers down the fucking vibe. It lowers down the value of the environment, right? And so these guys got to realize that unless they're showing up with girls and booze and not hanging on any of your fucking girls, they're fucking taking value from the environment. And if they do show up to the party and hit on your girls and don't bring booze and, you know, act very leechy, they get blacklisted. It's simple as that. So you want to aim to have, again, at least 5 girls for every guy. You want to make sure none of the guys are low value, because the value of your party and your environment is essentially the value of the lowest person at the venue, at the party, at the, the social event that is happening, right? The value is only as high as the lowest level dude there. It's the best way I can describe it, okay? And so the lowest level dude there is pretty much going to be, bringing down the fucking vibes. You want to make sure everyone at the party is always, all the guys are always high value fucking dudes. They're always adding value. They're adding value to the environment, and no one is fucking taking value in any way. And that way, the girls will come back to the next parties. No one's getting annoyed because you don't have a bunch of annoying pestery dudes harassing everyone. And, it's going to always be a fun, adventurous experience. And, you obviously realize that, the girls are going to come back to the next party, the next event, and everyone's going to have a fucking great time. So guys, that's pretty much the golden rules for throwing parties, the golden ratio for throwing parties. My name is Justin Marc, international dating coach, relationship expert, and VIP lifestyle development coach. I hope you like this video. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you guys very soon in a new video. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, drunkjustin2. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, click the bell notification so you're notified of new videos, and we'll see you very soon. Talk soon. Peace out.